How are you? I am here to talk to you about the phenomenon that's driving everybody crazy, and that is Venus in retrograde. So, we've been hearing so many things from so many people who are absolutely afraid that their love life is coming to an end through this Venus in retrograde and many other things and fears associated with it. So, I wanted to take the opportunity just to talk to you today about Venus in retrograde. Now, Venus is going to go into retrograde today, and 41 days later, it will be out of retrograde. And if you've been following me for some time, you know I always talk about the power of 40 days. The power of 40 days, we can retrain just about any kind of habit. And so, if we were to look at this Venus in retrograde as an opportunity to create a new kind of habit around what we love, right? What we value, the things that we crave or long for. It's an opportunity for us to really reflect, reassess, and reimagine. And I'm going to spend some time talking about each of these: reassessing, reflecting, and reimagining just a bit, so that we can put aside the fear that we came into this place with today from hearing so many terrible things about Venus slowing down. So, Venus is always known as the goddess of love. And to so many, Venus is known as the goddess of harmony, sensuality, and love. All of that is true. And so when we are reassessing things, we're reassessing really our value. The things we value, love, and the things that we have created union with, agreement, and contract with. And so over these next 40 days, what is the state of our union or unions? What are the state of your agreements? This is the reassessment piece. And when Venus first begins its retrograde, it will be in Aries. And Aries is the power of the brain, the power of the mind. So this gives us an opportunity to consciously take a look at all the things that we have created union with, unconsciously or not so consciously. It helps us to assess all the things that we have partnered with, that we are under contract with, that we are under agreements, and to really examine those that we've made before we were born. What were those agreements that brought us into this body? But also to assess the agreements that we made while we were here. What are the contracts that we've willingly signed up for that now we're like, why did we sign up for that? Right? So during this 40-year period, you can really take a look at what you've been ignoring in these unions and in these partnerships, even though they've been in your face. What have you been ignoring and why? Why have you been ignoring it? Maybe the deeper issue that we really get to sit with during this Venus retrograde. I think it's so important to ask ourselves the question, who am I in union with now? Who do I want to be in union with after this retrograde? Who is complementary to me? Who is complementary to me? Who complements me at this stage in my life, at this stage in my journey? Who is the complement? Who are the complements? Many times it's not just one person. So, who are the complements now in my life that I could look at or I could think about at this time? Discernment is going to be absolutely necessary. So, there's going to be a need to really look at this in truth, right? And looking at it in truth is part of the reflective part of what we're doing. So we're reassessing, we're looking at the truth. We're not judging. South Node is in Virgo, right? So we're not judging, we're not critiquing, we're just looking with a lot of discernment and saying, who is it that I would like to be in union with? And what complements me, what spaces and what people honor my value and therefore complement me at this time. So Oshun, Venus and its Oshun's energy, right? Oshun's energy is a very Venusian energy. And I talk in the book about mirror work. I talk in the book about the power of mirror work. So over the next 40 days, it could be a really good time to do some reflection work with a mirror, with literally a mirror. See who you are. See some of those contracts that you made before you came here, right? Really have an opportunity to take a look into that mirror and see what stares back at you, seeing your value, seeing with deep gratitude and deep confidence and a lot of acceptance who we are now. And so we can understand that things have changed and that there are different people that complement us than before. If you're wondering about a mirror work exercise, take a look at my work in the art and practice of spiritual herbalism. I talk about mirror work and I talk about the exercise. So this is an opportunity to really sit and see, through mirror work, I see a lot of my contracts because I'm able to see my ancestors when I stare at my face, right? And so the practice of mirror work is really sitting down and taking a deep look at your ancestry, your angels, your guides. Who are you in contract with? And even with this Venus retrograde, we can be renewing some contracts or letting go of some contracts, even in our spiritual, in our spiritual lives. So like our spirit team, our angelic guides, who is complementary to your journey that you are on right now. And the last part of this retrograde is really the opportunity to revision or to reimagine the love of your life, to really reimagine what you want to manifest now. The imagination is a really powerful tool. And the end of this retrograde, Venus will be retrograding through Pisces. And that is the greatest. Pisces is all about the imagination. So that is a beautiful space to really reimagine what is it that you would like to manifest now in your love, right? Like what kind of love are you looking for? How could we leave this Venus retrograde feeling renewed and refreshed and healed in our love, in the way we put our love out into the world, the way that we hold certain things and people dear? Who do we want to hold dear in this next as we move forward after this retrograde? So, the imagination is a really powerful tool. And what it requires us to do is to live and embody the life that we see or the life that we want in our imaginary. So while we're imagining, we're also deeply embodying what we want. So we're asking for this love or this life that we want. We need to see that richly and live in it like you're already existing in that space. And truly, that is the power of imagination. Imagination really forces us to action. Imagination isn't just to imagine, it also forces us beyond the imagination into action. And that action is the deep embodiment of what we want to become. So if we're seeking the love that we want to be living in the love that we want right now. We want to be embodying the love. So this is a great practice for us, right? 40 days of beautiful time to be practicing. Please do not get bogged down. Please do not become fearful about what could happen within this Venus retrograde. Are some things going to shake up? Probably, yeah. Because you are looking with discernment at the agreements and the contracts that you currently have. And you are making a decision about, is this what I want? Is this what I want to continue? What about the love of myself, right? What are the contracts with yourself that needs to be written? How have you been in union with yourself? Does that need a reassessment? Does that need some reimagination and reflection? I think so, right? Because the way we are in union with ourselves is also the way that we will be in union with others. And so if we can begin there, that's a really potent and powerful place to start envisioning a beautiful love affair with the self and to live richly into the love affair with yourself. Imagine what you love the most. What do you love the most? Imagine it, create it, and live in it. And those are my words for you. I want to continue by talking about the power of utilizing the herb burdock for this 40 days and working with it. Burdock is called truth serum in my practice, and it's really all about aligning to your deepest truth, aligning to the truth that then you can see. And burdock is 6 feet down. The root of burdock goes 6 feet down into the ground. And I talk about the power of the truth, or light in darkness, as the truth is. And so this is an amazing opportunity to do a burdock walk, right? To sit with burdock over the next 40 days and really take in the power of the truth, the power of seeing and assessing the things that you may have not wanted to see, and how that has really damaged the union with the self. And what do we need to see now so that we can heal the union with the self, but also to heal the union with the other by really seeing the truth clearly, and then moving forward to reimagine with the baseline of a truth. We need the baseline of the truth in order to reimagine everything. So I think it's going to be really powerful to do some work about getting clear and really diminishing the fear and of seeing things as they really are during this 40-day. Remove yourself from fear and remove yourself from the scarcity of the imagination, right? The imagination is so rich and so abundant and so full, particularly during a Venus retrograde in Pisces. This is the time to really lean into that rich, full, dark of the imagination and pull forward what you need to pull forward into light by making it manifest in your life. And remember, Venus truly is about the sign, about embodying things, being in our body. Venus is about sensuality and touch. So this is really about embodying the thing that you want the most. What do you love the most, and how do you live in that space is what we could really discover during this Venus retrograde transit. A really powerful transit for you and everything that you love. Take good care, and we will talk to each other again. Take care. Bye-bye.